Selene reinforced wards, creating barriers around vulnerable areas. After the immediate threat was neutralized, Lyanna sensed a deeper plot. This is just the beginning. Maverick isn't attacking head-on. He's targeting Eldoria's key resources, magic reserves, water sources, and strategic locations. He's trying to cripple us before a real assault. Riven frowned. Then we need to act fast. We can't wait for him to strike again. Selene added, we should split our forces strategically. Some of us secure the critical areas while others prepare traps and defenses. But most importantly, Lyanna, your presence will be the anchor. Your power can stabilize the areas under attack. The trio moved swiftly across Eldoria, guiding the defenders and civilians. Each place they visited showed Maverick's calculated attempts to weaken the kingdom, sabotaged water channels, corrupted magical wells, and stealthy incursions of shadow constructs. Lyanna's pendant glowed brighter with each challenge, resonating with her courage and determination. He won't succeed, she said firmly. Eldoria stands because we fight for it together. By nightfall, Eldoria's key areas were secured, traps were in place, and the citizens' morale had been restored. Yet, the shadow of Maverick's strategy remained a warning that the next attack would be larger, deadlier, and impossible to ignore. From his fortress, Maverick watched, a sinister smile curling on his lips. So she protects her city, but every action she takes brings her closer to the trap I've laid. Soon, she'll face a choice that could break her heart, her strength, and Eldoria itself. Lyanna, standing at the palace balcony, felt the weight of the looming threat. Whatever he plans, we'll face it. Eldoria's light will never fall while we stand together. The calm after the previous attacks was shattered in the dead of night. Eldoria's alarms blared as Maverick's forces launched a coordinated assault on multiple fronts. Shadow constructs surged from the forests. Magical wells were corrupted simultaneously, and strategic locations were assaulted with precision. Lyanna, Riven, and Selene immediately sprang into action. This is bigger than anything before, Lyanna said, her pendant glowing intensely. We need to divide and protect every critical point. Riven gripped his sword. Then let's split wisely. Selene, you take the wards and magical hotspots. I'll lead the front line against the shadows in the streets. Lyanna, you anchor the defense. Your radiant power will hold them at bay wherever they break through. The city erupted into chaos. Lyanna's radiant beams cut through the shadow constructs, her aura stabilizing the corrupted magic around the city. Citizens cheered from behind barricades, inspired by her unwavering presence. Selene worked tirelessly, casting intricate spells to purify the wells and repair disrupted ley lines. Her focus prevented the shadow magic from spreading, ensuring that the city's vital resources remained functional. Riven led the soldiers into battle, confronting waves of shadow constructs head-on. His movements were precise and coordinated, protecting the civilians while buying Lyanna the time needed to strengthen her radiant barrier. At the heart of the battlefield, Maverick watched from a distance, orchestrating every move. She grows stronger, but the more she fights, the closer she comes to the choice that will break her. Let's see how long her heart can endure. The assault reached its peak when shadow constructs converged at the palace gates, attempting to breach the very center of Eldoria. Lyanna concentrated all her energy, the pendant flaring into a blinding light that pushed back the attackers and restored stability to the city. Exhausted but resolute, Lyanna stood amidst the battlefield, her aura illuminating the night. Eldoria will not fall. As long as we stand together, no darkness can take it. Maverick retreated, his cloak blending into the shadows. This time, she has survived, but the final test is coming. Soon, everything she loves will be threatened, and only then will her true strength and her heart be revealed. Riven and Selene joined Lyanna, their expressions a mix of relief and determination. We held them off, Riven said, but we both know this isn't the end. Selene added, whatever comes next, Lyanna, we're ready. Your light will guide us, as it always has. The city remained standing, but the night's assault left no doubt. Maverick's next attack would be larger, deadlier, and far more personal. Eldoria's true trial was only just beginning. Days after the coordinated assault, Eldoria's city remained tense. Lyanna's victories had inspired hope, but a sense of foreboding lingered. She felt it deep in her heart. Maverick's next move would strike where it hurt most. Riven noticed her concern. Lyanna, what is it? You're distracted. Lyanna clenched her fist, her pendant pulsing softly. He's planning something personal. He knows what I care about most. Whoever or whatever he targets, I can't let them suffer. Celine's voice was steady but concerned. Then we need to prepare. We can't just defend the city. We must anticipate where he'll strike. That evening, a messenger arrived, breathless, from the northern villages. Shadows attacking the village where the children's sanctuary is. We need help. Lyanna's eyes blazed. The sanctuary. Riven, Celine, we move now. They race north, the sky dark with the aura of Malric's dark magic. Arriving at the village, they saw the shadow constructs surrounding the sanctuary. Innocent lives at stake. Lyanna's heart clenched, knowing the stakes had become deeply personal. Stay back, she commanded, stepping forward. Her radiant light flared, cutting through the shadows, shielding the children. Riven and Celine fought alongside her, keeping the constructs at bay. Malric appeared above the village, dark energy swirling around him. I knew protecting what you love would make you vulnerable. Lyanna, he sneered. Can your heart bear the weight of loss? Lyanna's eyes hardened, the pendant glowing brighter than ever. I won't let you hurt them. Eldoria and the people I love will never fall to your darkness. The battle raged fiercely. Lyanna's radiant beams shadowed Malric's constructs. Riven's sword cleaved through waves of shadows, and Celine's wards held the magical corruption at bay. The sanctuary remained safe under their combined strength. Despite his power, Malric was forced to retreat once again, hurling a final warning. You may protect them now, but the true test is coming. Soon, you'll have to choose your heart or your duty. As the village returned to calm, Lyanna knelt among children, ensuring each was safe. Riven placed a reassuring hand on her shoulder. You did it, he said softly. You protected them just like we knew you would. Celine smiled, though worry lingered in her eyes. The trials are becoming personal, Lyanna, but your heart, that's your greatest strength. No one can take it from you. Lyanna looked toward the horizon, determination blazing. Malric may threaten my heart, my city, even my friends, but he will never break me. Eldoria's light will endure, and I will protect it, no matter the cost. The sanctuary's safety had been secured, but Lyanna knew this victory was only temporary. Malric's threats were growing personal, and his next move would be his most dangerous yet. We can't just wait for him to strike, Lyanna said, pacing in the strategy room of the palace. He's testing us, probing for weaknesses. We need to be ready for everything. Riven leaned over the map spread on the table. We need to fortify Eldoria's defenses, yes, but we also need intelligence. He's cunning, he'll strike where we least expect. Celine pointed to the ley lines across Eldoria. If he corrupts these again, he can control magic flows in multiple regions at once. We need a way to counteract that. Magical wards and protective sigils, distributed strategically. And Lyanna, your pendant will be key. Lyanna held her pendant, feeling its pulsing energy sync with her heartbeat. Then we prepare. I'll focus on amplifying the city's wards. Riven leads the frontline defenses, and Celine handles magical stabilization. Together, we can counter whatever Malric throws at us. As preparations began, scouts reported unusual shadow movements in the mountains. Lyanna's eyes narrowed. He's gathering forces, not just constructs this time. He's mobilizing something larger, something more intelligent. Celine nodded. We may be facing not only Malric, but his new elite units. Our previous strategies might not be enough. Riven clenched his fists. Then we adapt. We've survived his attacks before, and will survive again. This city stands because we fight together. Night fell over Eldoria, and the city hummed with tension. Lyanna, standing atop the palace balcony, gazed at the distant mountains, feeling the pendant's energy resonating like a warning. This isn't just a battle for Eldoria anymore, Lyanna whispered. It's a test of everything we've learned, everything we've become. He wants to break us, but he will never break our hearts, our will, or our light. From the shadows, Malric observed, a sinister grin curling across his face. They prepare. They have no idea what awaits. The ultimate plan will unfold, and when it does, Lyanna will be forced to make a choice she never thought possible. Her heart versus her duty, and one will shatter. The night settled, but the tension hung heavy. Eldoria braced itself for the storm to come, while Lyanna, Riven, and Celine steeled their resolve. The coming battle would not just test their strength, it would test their very souls. The calm of dawn was shattered as Eldoria's horizon darkened with Mauric's approaching forces. Shadow constructs moved in perfect formation, accompanied by elite units unknown to the city's defenders. Lyanna stood at the palace balcony, her pendant glowing like a beacon. This is it, the first phase of his ultimate plan. Stay sharp. We cannot underestimate him. Riven tightened his grip on his sword. We've prepared for this. Whatever he throws at us, we'll hold the line. Selene adjusted the wards protecting the city, and our magical defenses are fully operational. His attacks might be powerful, but they won't reach the heart of Eldoria. The first wave hit swiftly. Shadow constructs surged into the streets, elite units coordinating attacks with precision. Civilians scrambled to safety as Lyanna unleashed radiant energy, cutting swaths through the advancing shadows. Riven led a counteroffensive, striking down the elite units with calculated precision. Selene's wards created barriers and healed the corrupted magical flow, keeping Eldoria's resources stable. Mauric appeared above the city, his cloak billowing in the dark energy swirling around him. You've grown strong, Lyanna, but can you handle the true pressure of responsibility? Let's see how you fare when every choice carries weight. From above, he released a wave of shadow energy that split Eldoria's defenses. Some wards faltered, and the elite units began targeting strategic locations simultaneously. Lyanna's pendant flared, resonating with the city itself. Riven Selene, focus on holding the critical points. I'll stabilize the rest. As she concentrated, the pendant's energy expanded, pushing back the shadow constructs and reinforcing the wards. Citizens watched in awe as her light touched every corner of the city, creating a shield stronger than anything Eldoria had seen. Even with this defense, cracks began to appear. Mauric's elite units were relentless, testing every strategy Lyanna and her allies had prepared. Finally, as the sun reached its peak, the first phase ended with a tense standoff. Mauric retreated into the shadows, leaving the city intact, but warning, echoing through the air. This is only the beginning. The true challenge will force her to choose, and Eldoria's light may not survive the next trial. Breathing heavily, Lyanna turned to Riven and Selene. We survived, but he's escalating. The stakes are higher than ever. Riven nodded. And next time, he'll push harder. We must be ready. Selene's eyes met Lyanna's. Your heart is our greatest weapon. Remember that, because the next phase will test more than just your strength. It will test everything you hold dear. The city barely recovered from the first phase when a new terror struck Eldoria. Unlike before, this assault was personal. Mauric had infiltrated the northern districts, targeting places dear to Lyanna, the orphanage she often visited, the gardens where children played, and even the library she loved. Lyanna's heart pounded. He's aiming at what I care about most. This is personal. Riven gripped his sword tightly. Then we have to move fast. No hesitation. Nothing gets past us this time. Selene's voice was calm but firm. We'll split up again. Lyanna, you anchor the key locations. Riven and I will protect civilians and reinforce defenses. Every second counts. Shadow constructs and elite units struck with precision. Lyanna's pendant glowed brighter than ever, sending waves of light that pushed back the attackers and stabilized the corrupted wards. In the heart of the northern district, Mauric appeared in a swirling mass of dark energy. Lyanna, he called, his voice cold and mocking. Watch as everything you love trembles before me. Can your heart bear the cost of protecting all? Lyanna stepped forward, radiant light enveloping her. I will protect them. You cannot break me. The battle intensified. Shadow constructs clashed against radiant energy. Elite units assaulted the reinforced wards, and Lyanna's pendant shone like a beacon. The city became a battlefield, yet every corner Lyanna touched remained safe. But Mauric had prepared a cruel twist. He conjured illusions of the people Lyanna cared about most, forcing her to choose between attacking him directly or saving them. Her heart ached, but she remembered the lessons from her trials. Strength is more than magic. It's in the heart and choices we make. I won't let fear control me. With a focused surge, Lyanna unleashed a concentrated beam of light, shattering the illusions and repelling Mauric's forces. The city remained safe, and Mauric retreated, though a sinister laugh echoed in the wind. You protect them today, he warned, but the final phase will leave no room for choices. Then, your heart will be truly tested, and Eldoria's fate will hang by a thread. Riven and Selene joined her, exhausted but relieved. We did it again, Riven said, panting. Celine nodded. But the next phase, it will be unlike anything we've faced. Maverick will force her to make the ultimate choice. Lyanna held her pendant close, determination blazing. Whatever comes, I will face it. For Eldoria, for everyone I love, I will not fail. The city held its breath. Eldoria had survived the first two phases of Maverick's ultimate plan, but the warning echoed in everyone's minds. The final phase would be the most dangerous, personal, and decisive. Lyanna stood atop the palace walls, her pendant glowing like a radiant sun. This is it, she whispered to Riven and Celine. The last phase, and he will test everything. Our strength, our hearts, our very will. Riven's grip tightened on his sword. Then we stand together, like we always have. Nothing can break our bond or our city. Celine's eyes scan the horizon. Maverick will strike where we least expect it, but his power relies on fear and distraction. Stay focused, Lyanna. Your pendant, your heart will be the key. As night fell, the sky darkened unnaturally. A swirling storm of shadows appeared over Eldoria, Maverick, at its center, radiating raw power that seemed to bend the air itself. Lyanna, his voice boomed, echoing like thunder. The time has come. Protect your city, protect your people, protect your heart. But know this, every choice you make will bring you closer to pain. Choose wrong, and all you love will fall. The assault began immediately. Shadow constructs, elite units, and corrupted magic surged in waves, targeting every corner of the city. Lyanna's pendant blazed with unprecedented energy, its light pushing back darkness wherever it touched. Riven led the soldiers in coordinated counterattacks. Celine maintained wards and healing spells, and Lyanna became the heart of the city's defenses, radiating power that strengthened allies and shielded civilians. Maverick conjured illusions again, but this time they were more intricate and emotionally tortuous. Visions of Eldoria in flames, Riven and Celine in danger, and even herself, failing to protect those she loved most. Lyanna's heart quivered, but she remembered the trials she had faced. Courage, wisdom, and love. This is what I have learned. This is what I am. She focused all her energy, letting the pendant resonate with her unbreakable resolve. A blinding light erupted from her pendant, dispelling the illusions and striking Maverick's forces with precision. The city trembled, but the light held strong, protecting the people and stabilizing the wards. Maverick forced back, hissed through clenched teeth. You are stronger than I imagined, but this is far from over. The final choice will come, and when it does, your heart will be broken. As the storm began to recede, Lyanna turned to Riven and Celine. We've survived the beginning of the final phase, but the real test is still ahead. We must be ready for anything. Riven placed a hand on her shoulder. We will be, Lyanna. Whatever comes, we face it together. Eldoria will not fall while we fight as one. Celine nodded, her eyes determined. Your heart is the strongest weapon we have. Trust it, Lyanna. It will guide us through the coming storm. Above Eldoria, the shadows lingered, and Maverick's dark laughter echoed across the city. The ultimate confrontation was coming, one that would decide not just the fate of Eldoria, but the future of everything Lyanna had sworn to protect. The storm of shadows enveloped Eldoria as Maverick's power reached its peak. The city quaked, buildings shaking, the sky darkened by swirling energy. Lyanna stood at the palace's highest balcony, her pendant pulsing with radiant light that clashed against the darkness above. Maverick descended from the shadows, his eyes burning with malevolent intent. Lyanna, he sneered, all you love, all you protect will fall unless you make the choice. Protect your city or protect your heart. Choose wisely, for one will break, and the other may perish. Lyanna's heart pounded. She saw visions of Eldoria burning, civilians in peril, and Riven and Celine in danger. At the same time, she felt the weight of her own limitations, the cost of her duty pressing upon her soul. Riven stepped beside her, his sword drawn. Lyanna, whatever happens, we're with you. Your choice doesn't have to be alone. Celine's voice echoed, calm and unwavering. Your heart has always been your guide. Trust it. It will show you the way. The illusions intensified. Maverick manipulated reality itself, forcing Lyanna to confront impossible decisions. Save the children in the sanctuary or stop Maverick from destroying the palace. Protect Riven or secure the city's magical core. Each choice threatened irreversible loss. Lyanna closed her eyes, taking a deep breath. This is what the trials taught me: strength, wisdom, courage, and love. I do not have to choose between them. My heart guides all my choices. She extended her hands, the pendant flaring with brilliant light that expanded across Eldoria. Energy flowed outward, stabilizing every ward, protecting every district, and shielding every person from Mauric's assault. The illusions shattered under the purity of her intent, revealing the truth. She didn't have to sacrifice love for duty. She could defend both. Mauric roared in frustration as his shadows were repelled. Impossible. How can one human wield such power? Lyanna's voice rang out, unwavering. Because my strength isn't just magic, it's hope, courage, and the love I hold for Eldoria and the people who matter. You cannot break that, Mauric. The pendant unleashed its full potential, forming a radiant barrier that not only protected the city, but also pushed Mauric back, weakening his control over the shadows. Riven and Celine fought alongside her, their combined strength amplified by Lyanna's unwavering resolve. Finally, Mauric, battered and enraged, retreated into the darkness, leaving a final chilling promise. You may have won this battle, but the war is not over. The true darkness still waits, and one day, you will face it again. Eldoria stood intact, its citizens safe, and the trio looked out over the city. Lyanna's pendant glowed softly, a symbol of their triumph and the unyielding bond that had protected them. Riven smiled, placing a hand on her shoulder. You did it, Lyanna. Your heart? It guided us all. Celine nodded, her eyes filled with pride. Your ultimate choice saved Eldoria. Remember this moment. It will be your strength in the battles to come. Lyanna looked at the sunrise, radiant light reflecting in her eyes. Mauric may return and the challenges ahead will be greater. But we faced the ultimate choice, and we survived. Together, we can face anything. The city breathed in relief, the first light of day casting away the shadows. Eldoria had endured, and its light would shine brighter than ever. Protected by courage, unity, and the unwavering heart of a guardian, the sun rose over Eldoria, casting warm light on a city that had endured the storm. Buildings bore scars of battle, wards hummed with residual energy, and citizens slowly emerged from their shelters. Life had returned, but the memory of Mauric's attacks lingered. Lyanna stood at the palace balcony, her pendant glowing softly. We survived, but now the real work begins. Eldoria needs healing, protection, and hope. Riven approached her, a reassuring smile on his face. And we'll be here for every step. Whatever needs to be rebuilt, whatever defenses need reinforcing, we'll do it together. Celine nodded, adjusting magical wards around the city. The ley lines are stabilizing, the magical reserves are recovering, and the citizens are regaining their courage. Your leadership, Lyanna, inspired them. You gave them hope when darkness threatened to consume everything. Lyanna looked over the city, seeing children laughing again, merchants reopening shops, and guards training with renewed determination. This is why we fight, not just to survive, but to protect the lives, dreams, and happiness of everyone in Eldoria. Riven placed a hand on her shoulder. And you've done that. You've led with your heart, and it guided all of us. Eldoria is stronger because of you. Celine smiled warmly. We faced the impossible, and we prevailed. But remember, Lyanna, vigilance is eternal. Mauric may return, or another threat may rise. Our duty never truly ends. Lyanna's pendant shimmered, reflecting the dawn's light. Then we remain ready. We rebuild, we protect, and we strengthen Eldoria together. The trio walked through the city streets, witnessing the rebuilding efforts firsthand. Citizens waved and cheered, grateful for their guardians. The bond between Lyanna, Riven, and Celine had deepened, strengthened by trials, battles, and shared determination. That evening, as the city settled under the stars, Lyanna stood once more on the palace balcony, looking toward the distant horizon. Mauric may come again, challenges will arise, and darkness may seek to test us. But as long as we stand together, Eldoria's light will never fade. Riven joined her, smiling softly. And we'll face it all side by side, Celine added, with courage, wisdom, and heart. There's no darkness we cannot overcome. Eldoria's streets glowed softly under the peaceful night, a city resilient and hopeful, protected by its guardians and inspired by the unwavering heart of Lyanna. The battles had tested them, the trials had shaped them, and the future awaited. But with unity and determination, Eldoria would endure. Months had passed since Eldoria faced Mauric's ultimate assault. The city had healed, stronger and more united than ever. Life flourished in the streets, laughter returned to the markets, and children played freely under the watchful eyes of their guardians. Lyanna stood atop the palace balcony, the morning sun bathing her in golden light. Her pendant glowed softly, a quiet reminder of the power she had mastered and the trials she had endured. Riven approached, a relaxed smile on his face. You've done more than protect Eldoria, Lyanna. You've given the people hope, and that hope will last for generations. Celine joined them, her gaze serene. The city thrives because of courage, love, and unity. You've shown them all three, and we've proven that together we can face anything. Lyanna looked out over Eldoria, seeing the bustling streets, the flourishing gardens, and the children playing safely. This is why we fight, not for glory or power, but for the lives, dreams, and happiness of everyone here. Eldoria is more than a city. It's a home, a heart, and a beacon of hope. Riven took her hand gently, and will continue to protect it side by side. Celine smiled, resting a hand on Lyanna's shoulder. Whatever challenges come, we are ready. Eldoria will endure because its light is stronger than any shadow. From the horizon, the first birds of dawn sang their morning songs, echoing across the city. The wars, trials, and shadows had left their marks, but they had also forged resilience, friendship, and unwavering courage. Lyanna closed her eyes and took a deep breath. Maverick may return, or new threats may rise, but with heart, courage, and unity, Eldoria will always stand. A new dawn begins today and every day after that. Together, Lyanna, Riven, and Celine watched as the sun fully rose over Eldoria. The city sparkled in the golden light, alive with hope and promise, ready to face the future with strength, wisdom, and love. Eldoria was safe, its guardians vigilant, and its people inspired. The trials had ended, but the legacy of courage, heart, and unity would shine forever. The end.